Okay, so it seems like some people have started giving up hope in terms of Filian to the point where there's been some edits going around and people talking about it, specifically one from Able Clips. Now, if you guys don't know, definitely go follow them. But essentially, they make a lot of cool clips and stuff, and they made this edit recently, essentially saying, "Thank you for everything, Filian," with a sad song by another VTuber, which obviously I don't know if I can play or not. I don't know if it will get copyrighted, but essentially this is the edit, right, where they're playing a ton of clips and essentially looking back on some of these streams that Filian has had. Now, if you guys don't know, obviously Filian has had a pretty long hiatus at this point, to the point where it's about, what, like 6 months now, and again, it's gotten pretty insane, right? And it seems like Able Clips has been going back and looking back at some of the clips that they have made on Filian, saying she left us and we miss her, and you know, tons of people have been kind of commenting on this because I think it's quite funny, right? I think it is quite funny, the whole interactions that they've had, and the kind of, you know, people looking back on Filian's career, almost like she's leaving, right? Because, of course, at the end of the day, we know that she probably isn't going to be leaving and that she has a lot planned, especially that's confirmed by Camila in one of her recent streams, saying that, you know, Filian was telling her about all of these, like, big plans that she had, that she hasn't, you know, fulfilled yet, and all of this kind of stuff. And, well, it seems like it is still not fulfilled yet. So, obviously, a lot of people are hoping to see her return at some point. But it is quite funny, obviously, to create these kind of, like, you know, goodbye posts or whatever, almost like she's leaving us or that she like, died or something, which I thought is crazy. And, yeah, people have been kind of reflecting on this, saying was a tragedy, honestly, saying she's really gone, what a young soul, I'm out of the loop, did she graduate? Which obviously, you know, it can be pretty you know, confusing for some people maybe that haven't been keeping up with what is going on. But yeah, I thought it was, you know, just quite funny at the end of the day, saying, for all the dumbasses saying she got picked up by ICE, how about you stop spreading baseless rumors? Now, again, obviously, there's been a mix of, like, jokes and heat here, because I think that, you know, this is something that some people need to really understand, is the fact that, you know, some people saying, okay, I'm very confused. Some people are saying she stepped away from streaming. Some people are saying she got deported to the Philippines. Others are saying that she's pregnant. And the rest are saying that she died. What actually happened? Now, of course, as far as we know, we just know that she's on some kind of break. There isn't a serious answer as to where she is. Now, obviously, the whole getting deported thing was a joke by Chacha Yavimam, saying that she got, you know, taken away by ICE, which obviously caused a lot of, you know, drama and whatever. But, you know, that's just a joke that's been floating around, as well as the pregnant rumor as well. That's also been a joke that has been floating around. None of this stuff is really supposed to be taken that seriously, because at the end of the day, we don't actually know where Filian is, right? Nobody has given us a real answer on exactly where Filian is and what she is doing, apart from the fact that she's not here, right? And she's not streaming, and she's not making content, and that she's not replying to people, which obviously we found out in the last video that, yeah, she hasn't responded to people like Camila and that since January. So it seems like she's really playing into the bit, right? She's really playing into the whole hiatus, not talking to people thing, which, to be honest, I think that takes some dedication, right? That takes some real dedication for some people, you know, to do that, right? And obviously some people have been replying to the one saying she got picked up by ICE, saying, it's a Chacha, your V-mum joke, chill out. And yeah, I think there is this kind of, like, big differential kind of thing that people need to kind of realize, is the fact that, hey, you know, some people are going to joke about this, right? Some people are going to make up some absolutely crazy rumors or whatever that are going to be jokes, and they should be obviously jokes, and hopefully a lot of people can see them as jokes. But there's going to be some people, of course, that are going to take it a little bit too far by saying, you know, stop spreading baseless rumors. It's not like a baseless rumor. It's just a joke within the within Chacha's kind of community and whatever. And I think that's why I like to make it quite a bit of content on this, especially with a lot of the responses from other people, because some people don't, you know, watch that, right? Of course, I know that Filian obviously interacts with Camila, Chacha, all of these other people's a lot, right? But sometimes people don't go to their streams and watch them. So that's why I like to bring the kind of clips and news and stuff to you, because then it stops things like this from happening, because obviously they clearly don't know it's a joke from Chacha, but obviously, you know, I made a video covering it. So as long as you know, see the videos that come out, I feel like at least that gives people a little bit more added context behind some of the jokes that have been coming out, including the other ones, as well as like the pregnant ones, all of that kind of stuff. It gives you extra kind of context behind where this has come from, and the fact that this is a joke and that people are not kind of making this up and actually believing, well, I mean, some people are actually believing it, but those people are weird. But again, mostly, for the most part, people are just joking, right? And I think that is the main point that people have been bringing up. Now, there's been a lot of responses as well in the quote retweets to this edit. People said to the, obviously, Astrea, the one who made the cover of this, saying, to the VTuber who gave me that chance when I was no one, thank you, Filian. Throwback to VTubers Got Talent 2024 with Megalodon, Filian, and Lena, which obviously is very nice to see, right? And again, a lot of people just reflecting on their own kind of experiences with Filian. You know, if you're saying being a snacker must be very fun. So you got Nora there saying my mum kind of homeless. Yeah, saying I hope she's doing all right. She hasn't streamed in a while. People saying I'm not gonna lie, I forgot she's basically inactive. No, she didn't die at the end of Drive. So sometimes I swear I can still hear her voice since she's dead, which is crazy. Goodbye, Filian. Does anyone actually know Filian IRL? We need an update, bro. And yeah, obviously the update that we had recently was from Camila, right? Obviously talking about the fact that she did message her, but she hasn't been responding. So it seems like she has gone pretty AWOL in terms of just everything, you know, in terms of even with the kind of interactions with her friends, right? Which obviously might be for a reason, of course, because some people like to go on holiday and whatever and just kind of, you know, not contact anybody, which I think honestly is, you know, sometimes a good thing for some people because it gives you that break. It gives you that little bit of a break within the kind of, what do you call that, burnout that you could potentially get from continuing to kind of interact with people even while on break, right? He was saying, I'm giving this a year and then I'm making it official. And yeah, I mean, if it gets to a year, right? Let's be real. If it gets to a year of a hiatus, I think it is like when that, I think that will be the point when people were starting to go, okay, is she actually just gone? Like, is she actually just gone forever now? Because again, you know, it has been pretty obvious that there has been some plans to return, including the ARG. And as I said, with the Camila clip, all of that kind of stuff. But you know, when does it get to the point where people are actually going to start to believe that, hey, she might actually be done? Because currently these posts are jokes, right? This one, for example, is a joke in terms of like a goodbye Philly and all of this kind of stuff. We know that she will more than likely return. But, you know, I think if it gets to like maybe a year or so, I think honestly there could be a little bit of just like a, oh wait, what if she doesn't come back and this was actually the end and we were joking about this the entire time and she's actually gone. Oh god, oh no. But yeah, I mean, as I said, there hasn't been really any updates in terms of clues and whatever. It has been pretty radio silent in terms of you know, more clues that she's dropped for the ARG, at least from what I've seen in recent stuff. Like the videos have stopped being privated or removed or whatever. So it would be interesting to see what really comes from that and whether there will be any kind of more clues or whether it's up to her fans or whatever to find out exactly what is going on within this ARG and seeing if they can bring her back, right? Because that could be one of the most plausible things to me. Maybe she's like actually properly playing the part of the ARG and she's like, you know, coming back whenever, you know, they figure it out. I don't really know, but I do think it is very, very interesting, right? But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is in terms of an update on Filian and the situation that's been going on there. Seems like people are starting to give up a little bit of hope and saying, thank you for everything, Filian. Goodbye. We'll never see you again, which I think is quite funny. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.